Hi, it's Dr. Charschan. I'm going to show you some techniques on how to use the foam roller in the upper body. We'll be able to do it up against the wall and gives you some great ways of loosening up the shoulders, the upper traps, and some of the other areas that might not be as advantageous to do, let's say laying on your back. So let's go and do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do this in the upper traps, into the middle, in between the shoulder blades and the rhomboids, and even get into the lower traps by just using the wall. What I'm doing is I'm going to take the foam roller, is we're going to go ahead and put it right behind the back. And notice I'm just going to take the arm and pull all the way across. And you'll notice that I move my legs forward so I can get some leverage into the wall, and you don't need a lot of deep pressure to do it. So I can take the foam roller and I can actually move it down a little bit now, and I can actually use my arms to go up. I can move the foam roller a little bit to the side, get it up that way, and I can go ahead and even get up into the levator scapula a little bit, which is right by the top of the shoulder blade, and we can work it just like that. And then we do the other side the same way. And as we've shown you in the other video, I always recommend that you use both sides. So don't just go ahead and hit the one side that bothers you, because you may be wrong. So it's always a good idea to hit both sides, because you're better off looser than finding out you're in pain later. You can even get into the very top of the traps just by doing this. So you can actually use some of the same maneuvers, and then you can move the foam roller a little bit farther down. And then work your way down again. Then we do the other side, the same thing, and we can work it up into the shoulders, and we can do it just like this. One other area you can very, very quickly get to is the pecs. A lot of times what happens is we tighten down in the stomach area, it pulls the shoulders forward. You'll end up getting shoulder pain because it creates impingement up in here as the shoulders are rolled forward like this. An easy way to get at it is you can just go ahead and take the roller, and you can actually pin the shoulder and bring the arm back like this. You can actually work parts of the anterior deltoid in the front. The anterior deltoid is right up in here. We can get up in there, we can loosen that up, and you can even get it right by the sternum, by the chest wall, and open things up that way. So as you can see, the foam roller gives you a lot of options. You can even get it a little bit lower by the abs, by the diaphragm, and you can get it on the other side as well. And as I've suggested before, we should always do both sides, and it's a great way to go ahead and do myofascial release on the pecs and even on the anterior deltoid. We do recommend the foam roller by Trigger Point Company. The reason we recommend it is the inexpensive foam rollers that are about $20–25 may have a tendency to warp because of the materials involved. This one, it's a little bit smaller. You'll notice it's hollow in the middle, and if you want to throw it in your bag, a lot of times I see people walking around with things like the stick. This has much more surface area that it can work on. It's much more effective. Plus, it's actually pretty light, so if you're going on a trip somewhere, you want to take it with you, it doesn't take up a lot of room in your bag. And you see it has these little nodules in here. These little nodules make it so the foam roller doesn't move, and you notice when I put it against the wall, pinned to my body, or even if I'm laying on the table like we show you in the other video for runners, this stays in place. Anyway, thank you for your time.